Hello, this is the host of the show with no name. It's just me this time. I'm about to watch the second episode of the English dub of Free Eternal Summer. This is the episode where we get more acquainted with Sosuke, and we meet Momo. I'll get back to you. Alright, I just finished watching, I think it was called Stroke of Chance Encounter, the second episode of Free Eternal Summer in the English dub. Now, this is the episode where we really got to get to know Sosuke, and we first met Momo. Let's start out with Sosuke. Now, here's the thing about Ian Sinclair. He really, to me, he really shines in the goofy voices. Out of all the people at Funimation that have low voice, all the guys at Funimation that have low voices, he's the one that does the goofy stuff. Characters like Brook from One Piece or Zap from Blood Blockade Battlefront, the 12th from Future Diary. That's type of stuff that it's very Ian. That's the type of stuff that he's really, really good at. Even back when I really didn't know too much about him, I still expressed curiosity as to what exactly made him so compelling for this role. Now, this is not a knock on Ian. This is more of a fault of the casting, but this happened pretty much the exact same thing happened in El Cazador de la Bruja, where he played Rosenberg, the main villain. He did okay. I didn't think it was fine. But, it's just, you could clearly see that the performance he was giving was a lot like J. Michael Tatum. And it was kind of distracting. Just a little bit. It wasn't bad, but it just made you wonder what exactly was stopping them from just putting J. Michael Tatum in the role. I don't know. I didn't really think much of it. But then you get to something like this, and stuff like this and other things that aren't really exactly in what he's great at, like say Tatsumi, I think that's his name, from Shiki. Both this and here, it almost kind of seemed like a type of Travis Willingham, and it just kind of wonder. It's why exactly? Because we already have Travis Willingham, and why do we need Ian to do something that something that we already have at our disposal? I don't know. It's not bad. It's really not bad. I'm not saying that it's terrible or that it's even really that derivative, but when you really get to hear Ian when he's being serious, it makes me think of Travis. And when you think of stuff and Travis is more used to roles like this, and he's better at roles like this than Ian is. This is probably all colored from the fact that I just saw Z's Longest Day Part 1 the day before yesterday. That might be it, but I think out of all of them, this is the one that I would want. This is the one that I think either this one or Todd as Haruka is the one that I would want to change. But that doesn't mean it's bad. It's not bad. It's good. Ian Sinclair is a great voice actor. Then we got Jerry Jewell as Momo. Johnny Young Bosch, I really don't have too much experience with Jerry Jewell. The thing that I most know him by, well, first off, is Barry the Chopper from the Full Metal Alchemist things. I also know him as the main role, I forget his name, I think it was Nobaru or whatever from Shiki. And Claire, the Rail Tracer from Bacano. I didn't really know what to expect. I think that it was a good mix between kind of just the crazy and the and just normal guy. When you consider that some of the stuff that Jerry Jewell has also been in, that's not true. There's other stuff I've seen him in. He was Lau, I think his name was, from Black Butler, and edit. That just took way. All right, I just edited out that silence. That was 10 seconds, and I forget his name. Lucy Christian's character's sister in Legend of the Legendary Heroes. The thing about Jerry Jewell is that he can just be terrifying when he wants to. But the thing you got, I'm always doing this. It's mostly something on me. I'm always drawing comparisons. His performance here kind of made me think of Austin Tyndall, and I think that Jerry Jewell was certainly a very fitting choice. We didn't really hear too much from him. We need a little bit more. And I also want to talk about the dub script. The dub script. Normally, I'm not one of those people who, actually, no, I'm not one of those people where I, like, if the dub script is something, like, a little bit different or even, like, a lot different but still basically the same, message as the original subtitles, I'm not the type of person to complain about it. But, it's just, there were some times where, the script got a little bit... I just think that, there were two occasions I was thinking of. Well, and one was involving, Rin from the original, like, Japanese. It was like, you better watch your back, you might not want to get bitten. That was funny, but then when they changed the line, like, a lot for the English dub, the water might come up and bite you. It wasn't quite as funny or, like, cool as it was in the original, and the line was so long it didn't really fit with the lip flaps either. And then you got later where it was like J. Michael Tatum as Ray was like, oh, I'm just happy for it to be over. And the original one was like, I was scared that Rin was actually going to bite me. And it was like, there were a few things that would have been like, it's hard to do these types of stuff. I'm not going to act like I could do this myself really easily, but there's just a few things, and they're little things. They're very little things that I feel like could be done better, but obviously now is too late, considering the fact that probably the whole thing is completely done. Everybody's, like, done with the project. We're just releasing it, and they're just releasing it one a week to be jerks. Because, stuff like that. I think that this is a really... I said this when I was talking about it in the past video. This is a very, very strong cast. Like, everybody on the roster has done things where they where they have been leads, like, in a lot of things. These are very prolific, very famous actors, every single one of them. And I think that they're all trying their very hardest, and a lot of them are bringing their own flavor to the characters, sides of them that you didn't really, that were there but weren't as prominent, and it just makes you think, like, Jamie Marchi as Go. The Go in the Japanese one was very, like, it was, like, definitely, like, a very sweet girl, which is, like, a weird, like, muscle obsession, but I like how Jamie is more, like, I don't want to say she goes, like, full on panty, because she does not, but there's definitely a little bit more, like, edge to her voice, and I find that really funny. Caitlin Glass, again, with the dub cast, with the dub thing, I don't get why they feel like the people who paid money, like, literally paid money to see the dub, haven't seen Free Iwatobi Swim Club, because that doesn't really make sense, because there was at one point where, in the original, it was, Goro was asking, was like, hey, maybe you could, like, I don't know, sing in a swimsuit or something, and then the teacher, I think her name was, whatever, Caitlin Glass's character, like, erupts into fire, and it was like, no. And this one, he just asks her for help, and then she, like, erupts in flames. I'm like, where did that come from? I guess you could stipulate as, like, she doesn't want to, you want me to go out into the sun now, but it's just not as funny. And it was like, they brought up other stuff in the first season without really, like, explaining it in other cases. It was just kind of weird in that one scenario. There are still a few more dub characters to be revealed. Like, we haven't really seen the characters that are Clifford Chapin and Micah Solsids yet, and we haven't met Kisumi, who has a very major role in one of the future episodes. Overall, what do I have to say about about the dub after here that I haven't said in the last one? Well, one thing I want to say is that the fanboys need to shut up about the whole dude, bro, man and there's like I was on a I looked on the Tumblr, which was my first mistake, and no, they were talking about how stuff like there's gonna be like how people are saying there's gonna be like no homo. They're gonna be saying that it's like you're my best bro, man, no homo. It's like really. This is all just such stupid stuff to complain about, to be honest. And I think that this dub is a lot better than I think most people are giving it credit for. Because I've said this before, like Free Eternal Summer is something really special, and I think that they really tried their hardest to pick people who would like put a lot of love into the project, and I think that's what they did, and I think that's what we saw. I don't know if this is going to be like a weekly thing because there is like more you can say about the characters as they go on. I might do another one of these. I might not. We'll just have to see. I'll see you next water time. That's the stupidest thing